It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight we'll see the Toronto Raptors as they play against the Utah Jazz. Well, for the Jazz, they haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last year in the regular season. This is a game they had circled going in. Well, if you want to describe the two teams going at it tonight, they are fresh, young, and hungry. Kenny, how hard is it for these two coaches to get their guys to play consistently?
I mean, experience is probably the most valuable tool in the NBA, and that inexperience makes it hard. You know, it's a teaching tool. You got to yell a lot, start pulling your hair out. That's why I'm bald, because I was pulling my hair out, you know, to some of my younger players that I play with. But it's important to reinforce that. Tough love.
Yeah, you know, you can't let the young guys get too high or too low. You know, both teams are making excellent progress. Should be a good fight tonight, Ernie.
Fresh, young, and hungry. That would be fresh, young, and hungry.
That's right.
Great movie. It's a great
I need
movie.
a sandwich right now.
Yeah.
Which one of those is Kevin Harlan? I don't know, but let's check in with him.
He's probably hungry.
Two teams, two conferences. It's a road game for the Raptors in this one. The Jazz make a quick stop here at home before heading back out on the road. And, of course, Trey Burke. They will definitely miss his contributions.
You know, what the trade means to me, guys, is they think some of their younger players are ready to spread their wings and take on a little more responsibility. They're going to get more minutes for those guys and allow them to see a little more playing time.
Clearly a forward-thinking deal, you know, and even if his aren't the biggest shoes to fill, it still puts a lot of pressure on your young guys. And let's see if they're ready to fill that void.
And it's going to be the Jazz off the tip. So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. The star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Carroll in at the 3 spot. Now here's Favors. Turned in an outstanding game against Atlanta. And he gets it to go. Hill's got the game going here with the first basket for the Jazz. Well, the Jazz look like the team we're used to seeing for so long last year. A big part of that was how they dictated the pace, Greg, of the game.
Very good point. I mean, the Jazz did a great job of slowing things down and avoiding turning things into a track meet, just focusing on playing to their strengths.
And the Jazz with possession here, following the miss by DeRozan. And Gobert kicks to Hood. It's stolen by Carroll. Here's Patterson. Hayward with some nice D. So for the Jazz, their last game, a win against the Atlanta Hawks.
And guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone. It was that good.
And most impressive when you do it on the road like that. They just kept coming at them, wave after wave, and they really kept the crowd on mute in that one.
Now, here's DeRozan. 20 points for him last game against the Warriors in Oakland.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Hood kicks to Gobert. Jazz passing it around. Out to the wing. Three-pointer. And that is good. Hood's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
Kyle Lowry with a beautiful setup.
And it's Utah's ball. Hill kicks to Favors. Hayward outside. Inside. The kick out to Hill. He dishes it to Hayward. Toronto grabs the miss. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Guys, it was like there was a lid on the basket in that game. No matter how many plays you make at the defensive end, hard to overcome such a lack of production offensively.
Well, you know, the high-quality shots were few and far between for them, guys, and they have nobody to blame but themselves for that. You've got to do a better job of working harder to put up points.
Now here is Hill. Jonas Valanciunas unable to get his shot to go. Hayward kicks to Gobert. 6 on the shot clock. Gobert, the screen. Jumper off the screen. The shot is off. And Toronto will go the other way with it. This is their first chance to take a look at the Jazz this season.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
They may have wished for more games against them. A definite disparity in talent. We'll see if they take advantage again tonight.
Now here's Lowry. Rudy Gobert missing his last shot. Lowry kicks to Patterson, and that one's good. Patterson's got his first basket of the night.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Valanciunas against Favors. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And in an era where so many guys take the money and run, Gordon Hayward did the best he could to live up to his new contract. Clark last year, a 4-year max deal signed heading into last season.
Yeah, and the way max contracts work nowadays, even the upper mid-tier guys are getting them. A trend that will probably continue, at least in the near future. I don't like it, though. There are only a small number of guys that are really max contract players in the NBA.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And when you get back to Hayward, last year his points per game were way up. But really impressive, his shooting percentages. Were way up. That's a big step forward, I believe, in his development.
Hill with it. He's another guy who had a stellar performance in that win against Atlanta. The feed to Hood. Hill passes to Favors. In the corner, it's Hayward. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
You know, on the topic of whether Hayward is a true max prospect, he did some things last year to at least argue that he is. He was stronger, a lot more aggressive going to the rim. His defense improved, too. He'll need another year of development like that to silence the doubt.
Now, here is Hill. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Another miss by Utah.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
The wide open look here for DeRozan. Another miss by DeRozan.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Favors with the screen. Here's Hood. No good from outside. Toronto trailing. Here's DeRozan. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 3 assists now in this one. Utah has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Hill dishes to Favors. The pass to Gobert. Hayward right side.
This is good D, but better O. It's almost as if they're just standing there.
Well said. Well, for the most part, they were just standing still, Clark.
And you know what, Kevin? He's not the most explosive player on the court, but if you give him a clear lane to the basket, he'll punch it on you.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. And though he's been working on his offensive skills, defense and rebounding are Valanciunas' bread and butter. That was the case with him when he was playing in Lithuania, Clark, and it's the case now.
It still sure is the case. I mean, it's hard to find a guy with his combination of size, athleticism, and fluidity. Just a tad over-aggressive at times, but I'd rather have to turn a guy down than to turn him up.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas.
And watching Valanciunas rebound, it's clear he has all the tools. Great anticipation, really looks to box out. Strong vertical, might just need to add some strength to become a perennial 10-rebound-a-game guy.
So Utah ends up going with the new group. Valanciunas hits them both.
And for Valanciunas, he's been working on his defensive consistency. Last year, he actually increased his blocks per game while lowering his fouls per game. That's a big step forward in his development.
Now here's Johnson. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Shoots from 8. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
Boy, I tell you, I thought the Jazz had a big year last season. Looked much tougher than before. A big part of that is how Coach Quinn Snyder helped the team grow. I mean, he looked like a perfect fit in his first year with the franchise.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. You were mentioning the Jazz, and they grew last year under Coach Quinn Snyder in his first year. You know, Greg, he did the same thing with teams when he was a coach in the D-League.
That's a great point, Kevin. And beyond the growth that the Jazz showed, I think everyone in Utah was pleased with the style of play. I mean, Coach Snyder's got the team back to playing hard defense and really grinding out wins.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Toronto was a strong team on the road last season, Clark. A big part of why they came away with 49 wins on the season.
And 22 of those 49 wins were on the road. As a group, they managed to keep things close on the road. And because of that competitiveness, they were over 500 there as well.
Jazz have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Johnson kicks to Withy. Pass to Lyles. Trying to find Johnson. He's got it now. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And as you said, the Raptors kept things close on the road. In the NBA, they had one of the better point differential in terms of victories on the road last season.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2. We got this.
And that one falls for Johnson.
And you mentioned this, I mean, with the Raptors. Only Golden State, Atlanta, and the Clippers had a better road margin of victory than them. Just goes to show you how tough the Raptors were on the road last season.
And Johnson drops them both. Utah had a great home court advantage last year here. This crowd knows how to get into an opponent's head.
Kevin, that they do. It's a big part of why the Jazz were able to eke out over 500 last season at home. Ended up 21-20 by winning 4 of their last 5 home games.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
And you know, with Utah's play at home, they played in a very jazzy way. No pun intended. And by that I mean grinding it out. They were really strong on the glass as they were second in the league in rebounding differential at home.
And so here's Toronto. They trail by 3.
And Utah being so good at home is one reason why they've been so competitive for the majority of their seasons. After last year, they became the only team not to lose 60 games in a season.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
And that comes off the assist by Exum. Johnson's got 5 now.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Joseph, the pass to Scola. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. We'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Utah?
We got a storyline here. If it goes on for the rest of the game, it could be all those points they're getting at the foul line.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
The Jazz have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Exum kicks to Johnson. Ross with the steal. Stolen by Exum. And now it's Burks running. He can go all the way.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
And Toronto has possession after the basket by Utah. Here's Scola. It's hauled in by Lyles. Johnson kicks to Exum. Plenty of space. The second effort, and the layup is good. And it's a 5-point Jazz lead.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Screen by Scola. Here's Powell. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And again, no good by Toronto. Jazz leading by 5. Now, here's Burks. Dishes to Exum. Pass to Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. Withy kicks to Exum. There's Lyles. The shot is off. And Toronto will go the other way with it. And guys, we saw a nice development for James Johnson last year. He was 59% from the floor. Closest he had ever come to that in his 6 years was 46%. What a dramatic arc improvement there.
Yeah, and I think it was all due to shot selection. He dialed back on the number of threes that he was taking the year before, and his percentage went up.
Utah has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Over to the left wing. Here's Lyles. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Lyles got his first bucket of the night. Raptors trail by 7. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Clark Lyles, one of the many great players to come out of Kentucky and be eligible for this draft. He didn't wow as much as his teammates. I'm telling you what, he can play.
He's got a lot of game. He's actually one of my sleepers, Kevin, because he can do everything well. He can handle it. He goes both ways. You can shoot it. He defends. Really good IQ. I like this guy as being a surprise producer as an NBA player.
Toronto calls timeout.
And guys, with Lyles playing out of position can be a blessing and a curse. I mean, he didn't get to play in his comfort zone and put up big numbers, but his skill set grew from the minutes he had to spend outside of that comfort zone.
Checked in for Dante Exum. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson.
Tell you what I like about Lyles is that he has a bit of an old man game about him. He's an old head, plays within himself, good at every small intangible thing on the court, just has a real nice feel for how to play.
Matt dishes to Withy. Here's Mack. Powell pulls it in.
And already we've got a very lopsided edge on the board for them.
Yeah, +5. As you mentioned, that didn't take very long, did it?
And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. Here is Ross. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Powell kicks to Scola. Now here's Joseph. He's guarded closely. Just 5 to shoot to stop the drought. And Scola with the basket on the assist from Joseph. 7 points for Luis Scola.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Here's Mack. To the wing on the left. Here's Withy to the left side wing. Passes it to Lyles. Nice ball movement by Utah. Johnson, good.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
Now here's Joseph. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Warriors in Oakland.
Luis Scola setting a really nice screen that time.
Jazz leading by 4. Here's Mack. The pass to Lyles. Kicks it to Mack. Kept alive. Here's Johnson. Goes right through for bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Here's Powell. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. It's stolen by Johnson. Over to the wing. Can't get it to go. And Toronto will go the other way with it. 36 seconds left to play here in the first. Ross in the corner. There's the triple. It's hauled in by Lyles. Utah's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Burks with it. Picked up by Joseph. The dish now to Mack. Here's Lyles. Shot clock at 6. Tries from 10. Mack, no luck.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions. Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Johnson. No luck. And so the first quarter is in the books. Jazz lead by 4. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And power forward Patrick Patterson getting better every season. He said that his college career at Kentucky really helped prepare him for his life as a pro.
I think my 3 years at Kentucky, caused what I am now, as far as being a sound player, a guy who's not all about himself, who puts his team first and who works hard and who doesn't talk back, who doesn't do the negative things. He's a team player, he's a team guy, and he works hard.
Patterson Clark, exactly the guy he says he is, and that's why he's one of those glue guys you've got to have on your team.
Yeah, Velcro valutility, I call him, the kind of guy who his teammates just love. I mean, they know he's always going to have their back, and he's always going to work hard. He's going to do what he's supposed to do and be where he's supposed to be and do it when he's supposed to do it.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And the guys, what's your take on Utah so far?
They've won the effort battle, and that's allowed them to control the backcourt.
And it's been gang rebounded. I mean, everybody has done a great job boxing out for him, and it's showing up on the stat sheet.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Lowry and DeRozan are the guard tandem. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Carroll in at the small forward.
Boy, once again, the Raptors were able to put forth a really strong year. You know, the national media recognized it, and the Raptors picked up more and more of the spotlight marquee games as a result.
Pocket 4. Lowry passes to Valanciunas. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Well, for a long time, Greg, the Raptors didn't have a lot of nationally broadcast games in the U.S. Seemed like a forgotten team at times, unfortunately.
Yeah, and you know what? A playoff drop is one of the ways that ended that factor. Also, the team plays an exciting brand of basketball. They're a division winner to go along with that, so you start adding those things up, and you see why the Raptors continue to get more and more coverage nationally.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, you know, you look at the Raptors, and they improved in a number of ways last season, but their bench play was one of their bigger improvements. I mean, they had one of the weaker benches in the league in 2014, but they flipped that around last year.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Greg, one thing about the Raptors last year, they made the moves they needed to in order to be sure to fix their bench, strengthen their bench. It showed on paper and in person.
Yeah, credit their front office. In 2014, they had a bottom 5 bench in terms of scoring. Last season, they flipped that, became a top 5 bench in terms of that scoring, and even had the 6th man of the year leading the way.
Lou Williams. Now here is Lowry. He's coming off a 10-point game against Golden State.
And also, his assist total tells you about the job he did of keeping his head up and keeping his teammates involved.
So it's the Jazz now. Raptors knocking down the tray. Favors with the screen. Hill against Lowry. In the corner, it's Hayward. It's stolen by Carroll. And here's the fast break. Carroll leading the way.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
Here's Gobert after the Raptors pick up 2. Good gets the bucket.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Now here's Carroll. He has 5. Valanciunas with a screen on Hayward. Here's Carroll. And Hayward with the block. But they recover it. Great open look there. Valanciunas has got it all tied up now for Toronto.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Here's Hood. He has 7. Rocket 6. And Utah again with the bucket.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Lowry kicks to Patterson. The 10-footer. And it's DeRozan missing. Jazz have gone a perfect 4 of 4 since the second quarter began. Perfect from the field. It's blocked. But they'll get another chance. Outside Hill. From outside, off the mark. A tight game here in Utah. Down low, here's DeRozan. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. DeRozan's got 6 here in this quarter. Utah shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Now Hill favors with a screen on DeRozan. Hill dishes to Favors. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Ball going up court. Here's DeRozan. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Here's Hood. Nails the wide-open jump shot. Hood's got 11.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Outside DeRozan. Patterson, the screen. DeRozan with it. Now defended by Hayward. DeRozan passes to Lowry. His first shot coming late. Jump shot is good that time.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
Now here is Hill. He kicks it to Favors. Feeds it to Gobert. Back to Favors. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two. Hits on Jonas Valanciunas.
You know, as I watched Derek Favors last season, he continued to develop his offense. He was a big, unpolished athlete coming into the league, had some conditioning problems, but now it seems like he's on track to be a force as a power forward.
Talking about Derek Favors, his points per game average went up last season, as it is done in each of his 6 seasons in the league. He's an ascending player.
He is, you know, definitely refined his moves down on the blocks, and he's also become much improved at passing out of the double team, averaging a career high in assists last season as well. The arrow is certainly pointing up for Mr. Favors.
And the second free throw, good. You know, Clark, the thing you like about Derek Favors is he keeps adding to his game every year. You forget how young he is, too.
That's exactly right. We need a reminder. This guy came into the league very early, right after a year of college. Seems like he's been around forever.
And it's DeRozan missing.
That's some more rugged away from them inside. They have a decent edge and rebounds thus far.
And all that hard work on the boards needs to continue, because that potentially may swing the game.
And Favors kicks to Hill. It's stolen by Carroll. Here's DeRozan. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 5 assists tonight. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Raptors.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Jazz. You gotta like what DeMar DeRozan has done in this game.
He just continues to light them up. They're going to have to find a way to make him work harder for his points.
For the Jazz, Lippy's checked in for Gobert. Lyle comes in for Derek Favors. And Alec Burks subbed in for Gordon Hayward. The Raptors also changing it up. Luis Scola, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Johnson comes in for Patrick Patterson. And Corey Joseph subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. And here is Hill. They set the pick. He feeds it to Withy. Stolen by Joseph. Left side Lowry. Johnson wide open. He fires. No good with the triple. Jazz trail by 3. Stolen by Joseph. Exum pulls it in. Jazz have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. For 3, Hill. And that comes off the assist by Exum. Hill's got it all tied up now for the Jazz. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Scola, a screen on Hill. Joseph dishes to Scola. Can't get it to go. So Utah will take it the other way. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Now, here's Exum. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Hawks in Atlanta. It's stolen by Johnson. Lowry with the ball. Carroll, no one around him. And again, Toronto no up.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Pass to Lyles. Outside Hill. He dishes it to Burks. Shot clock at 5. Withy passes to Exum. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Balanced scoring, Clark, for them. They're moving it well.
Yeah, you love to see teams share the sugar. Everybody getting a touch, everybody enjoying an opportunity to score. That makes it a lot of fun for everybody on the court.
You know, it sounds better when you say it than watching it. Okay? I like better when you say it. Sharing the sugar.
You might want to cut down on that sugar intake, though, Clark. But anyway, everybody's been involved in this offense here early on, and it has a way of helping you defensively.
Utah trailing here.
And, you know, Utah might not have finished 500 on the season, but they did finish 500 against the Eastern Conference. Went 15-15 last season.
Now here's Joseph. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. It's Scola with the drive, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
The Jazz making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. And then for Toronto, Ross comes in for DeMar Carroll, and it's Powell in for Kyle Lowry. And for the Jazz, getting those wins, Greg, out of conference, we were just talking about that, was a big key for them. Helps them keep pace, Clark, in this rugged Western Conference.
And I thought the Jazz got better and better as the season wore on. They started slowly against the East last year, but won 5 of their last 6 out of conference.
6 to shoot. There's the feed to Withy. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. The Jazz again can't hit it. Toronto leading by 5. Powell kicks to Joseph. Johnson outside. To the left side wing. Powell dishes to Scola. The jump hook. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Scola's got 12.
And just a nice bucket there to really just sustain that lead.
Well, a few more possessions like that, and they'll do more than sustain the lead, Greg. I think they'll start to put this thing away by pulling it.
Here's Lyles. Johnson outside. And that comes off the assist by Exum. 11 points for Johnson.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
We've got 1:55 left to play here in the second quarter. Screen by Scola. Now here's Joseph. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Scola, no luck.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
Now, here's Exum. Following the miss by Luis Scola. Exum kicks to Burks. It's in. That's his 3rd field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5. We've got 1:13 left here in the second. Here's Joseph, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. There's a good screen. Johnson, the pass to Joseph. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. We'll take a look at the Warriors. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And, of course, Utah. They're sitting in 5th place.
And I think for the Jazz, they're one of the NBA's early season success stories. They've made an immediate push toward the top of the standings.
I'm not sure how long they'll be able to stick around up there, but so far it's been a lot of fun to see how much progress they're making.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
For the Jazz, Gobert, he's checked in for Withy. Favors comes in for Lyles. And Hood subbed in for Burks. And the Raptors also making a change. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Luis Scola. Here's Hood. He's got 11. Johnson kicks to Gobert. And a foul on the shot. They'll go to the stripe for 2. The Jazz have been good at the free throw line in this one, 7 of 8.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
He's off on the second.
And you can see that even though he ties the game up, disappointed he couldn't give him the lead.
Now Joseph. Powell. Tie game in Utah. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin and Dwayne. A very tight game here. What's the #1 thing you need to do in the second half to try to get out ahead and break this thing open?
Well, #1 is we got to make sure we get in a defensive disposition. You know, right now we're kind of trading buckets. We're anticipating, putting them on the foul line. So we got to play from an anticipatory style of defense, whereas we're not reacting to where they have us on our heels.
Coach, thanks for the time. Gentlemen, back to you.
Thanks so much, Doris, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back in there for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. Some nice stretches of basketball from them, and at one point, they pushed the lead up to 7. They couldn't hold on to the slim lead they had at the start of the second quarter and headed into the locker room with the game all knotted up. And, Kenny, what'd you see out there from the Jazz?
Well, they called the right plays, and then they executed them. Great job in the first half. That's why they were so efficient, and they shot so accurately. The defense threw a number of different looks at them, but they were always prepared because they were cool, calm, and efficient.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
They played some solid team basketball, Arnie. Pretty good. They were sharing the ball. We saw some nice feeds, a lot of movement. It wasn't 5 individuals out there. It was one cohesive unit, and they got the assist to show for it. Their rhythm was nice.
That does it for halftime as the game is just about set to get going again. We send you back to Kevin Harlan and crew for the third quarter.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. You gotta like what DeMar DeRozan has done in this game.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
Favors and Gobert, the shot-blocking duo inside. George Hill out there with Hood, and it's Hayward in at the 3 spot. That's the group right now for Utah. Well, I'm sure you guys have heard this, that the nickname that has been given to DeMar Carroll, the Junkyard Dog, I think it's apropos. The kid drafted out of Missouri back in the 2009 draft.
Yeah, and he had to show perseverance to hang around as he bounced around a bit. I think he's found a home now.
Favors dishes to Gobert. Hayward passes to Favors, and he jams it with authority.
And he's stroking it well, but he just hasn't shown the aggressiveness that they need out of him. Probably in front by more if he was taking more shots.
Now here's DeRozan. And Valanciunas gets to DeRozan. With a step back. Here's Patterson. Gobert with the block.
They've clearly been the better team on the glass. It hasn't necessarily translated to the scoreboard yet.
Yeah, but over a full game, I like their energy. And if they can maintain that level of effort, I think it bodes well for them down the stretch. And Carroll, an energy player who's developed a reliable three-point stroke. I mean, he can also hurt you in transition. He's got terrific size and athleticism, and he also really knows how to play without the basketball.
Now here's Gobert. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Hood can't get it to go. The Raptors have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That's foul number 2 for him. Screen by Valanciunas. Here's the floater. The shot by Lowry, no good.
And Carroll, by advanced stats, one of the most productive small forwards in our league. I mean, one thing I like, even as he's developed into a three-point threat, he still has an instinct for cutting to the rim off the ball when his defender turns his head. I mean, one of the things I think that allows his team to be so good is his understanding of how to play the game.
Now, here is Hill. He's got 5. And Favors kicks to Hill. Nice ball movement by Utah. And Hayward gets it to go.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Here's DeRozan. He's got 16. Offensive rebound. And here is Hill. Gobert the screen. Hill dishes to Gobert. Rim-rattling two-handed jam.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Carroll kicks to DeRozan. Shot to end this cold run. And that's 2 points on the way up. DeRozan's got 4 points this quarter.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Thing about DeMar DeRozan, he came into the league fairly unpolished, struggled to handle the ball, created in his own shot, and but sometimes he would create for others too. Yeah. But he's settled down. You can see the growth.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. You could see the physical talent was there in terms of him playing it too. The question is, could he make the commitment mentally to become a great player? Well, from what he's done the last few years, I would have to say he's definitely been able to do that.
Utah leading. Here's Hood. He's got 11. Favors with the screen. They set the pick. Hill passes to Hood. Fires for 3. Utah gets it back. Favors. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Boy, it sure could, Kevin. I mean, he salvaged 2 big points for them off that miss. And, you know, getting back to DeRozan, he's put a spit shine on his offense. Over the past 2 seasons, averaged over 20 points a game, was also good for 3 or 4 assists, showing everybody how work ethic can overcome unrefined skills.
Now here's Favors. Jonas Valanciunas unable to get his shot to go.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Valanciunas can't get that one to fall.
You know, for DeMar DeRozan, scary to think that he's still scratching the surface of his potential. Made his first All-Star appearance in 2014, was a little dinged up last year, but still very effective. No doubt he's the real deal.
Now here is Lowry. Rudy Gobert missing his last shot. On the wing, DeRozan. 5 on the clock to the paint. He's looking for Patterson and finds him. And that one's good. Patterson's got his second basket of the game. Jazz leading by 4. Outside Hill. Dishes it to Gobert. Pass to Favors. 6 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Valanciunas. On the wing, DeRozan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hayward grabs the board. Hayward's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Shoots from the elbow. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Well, they've got the Lakers ahead of them after this game. In the next game, it'll be played in Los Angeles. And that game will be 4 out of 5 on the road for the team. Now here's DeRozan. 18 points for him. Deep 2 from Carroll. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Jazz have gone to even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the 3rd. Hill dishes to Gobert. It's back to Hill. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Hill's got 7 points in the game.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
No good from Valanciunas. Jazz leading by 4.
And we all know Utah is a very young team. Last year, only the 76ers were younger. Still very competitive given the age and the lack of experience from this group.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Valanciunas sets a screen for DeRozan. Lowry passes to Valanciunas. Hill pulls it in.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Here's Hood. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And guys, as many rookies do, Rodney Hood hit some major bumps in the road last season. I mean, he came in with the reputation of having an NBA-ready jumper, yet only hit 41% of his shots. He had that foot injury that kept him out for a string of games. However, it really all came together for him in April, the last month of the season.
The first one falls. And getting back to Hood over the last 7 outings of the season, he put up 20-plus points a game. He also, Clark, raised his shooting percentage to 45% from the field, 91% from the free throw line. Pretty impressive numbers.
Well, he was drafted to be a scorer, Kevin, and you're right, very impressive. If he can do that consistently, that'll be nice value for the 23rd pick.
Good on both. Well, last year, Toronto won their division and got bounced out in the first round. Same result, Clark, they had back in 2014.
Yeah, but, you know, despite that sameness, they were an improved team last season, Kevin. They did a lot of the small things better in total, and I thought looked better and more cohesive as a group.
Now here's Johnson. Here's Powell. That's good. Utah leading by 6. Hood dishes to Burks. To the wing on the left. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And as you mentioned, the Raptors did improve last season. I mean, they cut back on their turnovers a lot. They were top 3 in the league in terms of taking care of the basketball.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
And as you said, the Raptors took care of the ball a lot better and as a result had more assists. They also cut back on their fouls, and that was helpful. Little things like that made them much more competitive as a team and helped lead them to those 49 wins.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Raptors trail by 7. Johnson kicks to Joseph. Back to Johnson. Lays it up and banks it in. Johnson's got his second basket of the game.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
Hood deflects the pass, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. We'll take a look at the Cavaliers. Things going their way so far in this season. Right now, they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And, of course, the Toronto Raptors, 3 spots below.
And for the Raptors, they've done a good job staying relevant this season. I mean, I was concerned they'd suffer a drop-off, but give them credit. They've hung in here in this playoff race.
Yeah, I think it's been a good showing for them. I mean, they should feel very good about their position going into the postseason. Boy, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throwdown.
And, Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Raptors trail by 7. Joseph with the ball. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Passes to Pop. Screen by Score, and it's denied. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. Exum, he's checked in for Utah. Powell kicks to Joseph. 6 to shoot. Offensive rebound. Ross. It's deflected. And oh, here we go. Burks got it. A fast break chance. Johnson can't hit. And the foul called on Joe Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. Raptors trail by 7. Now here's Joseph. Scola sets a screen for Joseph. Screen by Scola. 5 to shoot. Joseph the pass to Scola. Add basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
The pass to Lyles. Johnson outside. Burks kicks to Johnson. Pass to Lyles. Nice ball movement by Utah. Johnson in the corner. Jacks up a 3. And that comes off the assist by Exum. Exum's got 6 assists here tonight.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that he can afford to give him. Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
Toronto calls timeout.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, you might as well make those adjustments right away.
We've got 1:48 left in the third. Joseph dishes to Powell. Johnson the screen. Ross against Johnson. Goes up on the wing. And the shot is long.
Now, they've been outstanding on the boards, and it's a big reason why they've got a lead. Doing the dirty work down low.
We call that a collabo because everybody's boxing out and making sure they secure the glass.
Now here's Ross after the miss from Joe Johnson. Ross kicks to Johnson. That's good. Johnson's got 6 points.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
So it's Utah now after the Raptors pick up 2. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And look, Joe Johnson last season, not his best statistically, but boy, did he show some heart. I mean, he was one of the catalysts for Brooklyn making the playoffs, especially when Brook Lopez returned healthy and the two could play off of one another.
That's good from Johnson. Talking about Joe Johnson, I'm not going to lie. Last year wasn't one of his best statistically, Clark. His shooting accuracy was on the low end. His turnover numbers were high. It wasn't very pretty.
But for Joe, Kevin, I don't think it was about the numbers last year. It was about wanting to compete and to win. And he's developed a champion's will over the years. And I would like to see him finally achieve his goal of maybe winning the championship. I think he deserves it. He's been consistent. He's been solid. And now you see some maturation with him as well.
Now here's Johnson. He's got 6. Tries from 10. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Ross has got 5. Here's Exum. 35 seconds left to play here in the third. Kicks it to Whitten. Knocks it loose and stolen by Scola. Now here's Joseph. He's tightly guarded. Ross with a wide open look. Knocks down the 3 ball. Now it's just a 3-point Utah lead. Utah has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Now Exum. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. No good.
Excellent box out there, keeping himself between the man and the basket.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Jazz out in front, leading by 3. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Energy Solutions Arena in Salt Lake City. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. The star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Carroll in at the small forward. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Kyle Lowry picks one up there.
And guys, no doubt George Hill had it rough last season. He missed the first 28 games with that left knee injury. Came back for 5, then missed another 11 games before his season got going. But you know what? He had one of his most productive years from that point on.
He's off on the first. And getting back to George Hill, what a second half of the season he had. He tore up several key categories, Clark.
Yeah, he was bogged down by injuries early in the season. Came back to average career highs in points, rebounds, and assists, partly because he was finally treated and looked to as a go-to guy, and he thrived in that role.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
You know, I can think of one way to describe George Hill. It's the culmination of several attributes. I mean, he comes from the school of Popovich, plays under control, always in the right place defensively. The way I describe him is just steady.
Here's Hill after Toronto got the three-pointer. To the middle. It's tipped. It's stolen by Valanciunas. The drive by Lowry. The dish to Kira. He kicks it to Patterson. And there are the Raptors with another bucket. An interesting thing about George Hill, he was traded from the Spurs to the Pacers a few years back. Many people were surprised the Spurs would even trade a valuable veteran when they were trying to win a championship. But who did they trade him for? Kawhi Leonard. A pretty good deal.
Well, you know, Hill is really solid. He knocks down open shots, can run the offense or play off the ball equally well. I think he's a terrific combo guard. Gives you a little bit of everything and does it in a professional way. And that's typically what attracts him to other teams.
Big time bucket there, and you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
Utah trailing here. Outside Favors. It's back to Hill. Favors passes to Hill. Just 4 to shoot. Fires from deep. And again, it's the Jazz from deep. I think, Clark, we can expect a dramatic end to this one.
Well, 8 lead changes would have you thinking that would be the case.
Yeah, and no quit by either side, guys. Neither team willing to give any ground.
Gobert with the block. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. Tipped away, and that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
Feeds to Patterson. Shot clock at 6. With the putback. Great positioning on the putback. That's 7 points now for Valanciunas.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Favors can't get it to go.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Some fantastic numbers for DeRozan. He has 20 points, and they've got to be happy with his work on the glass, too.
They really do. He is not giving up any ground in the paint, and when the ball goes up, you know he's going to be there to fight for it.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loop shots.
That's good from DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan hits them both.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
They've been very untidy with the ball here. You commit turnovers when you try to do too much or you force it. They need to focus on making the simple play, good passes, and moving the ball around.
Utah calls timeout. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Guys, I was able to listen in on what Quinn Snyder was going over with his team. As this game enters winning time, and it really could go either way, he wanted the chance to check in, make sure they're all on the same page, and sticking to the game plan to close it out. Kevin?
Now here is Hill. Hayward outside. Gobert dishes to Hood. Gobert down low. Anderson on him. With that shot, the Raptor lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Gobert.
That kind of power move has become a trademark of his.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Raptors moving the ball around. There's the feed to Carroll. And again, no good by Toronto. Utah has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. And Gobert kicks to Hood. Here's Favors. Got it. Good job in the low post. And the Jazz lead by 1. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Yeah, and actually still too close to call. I mean, this one is tight.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Now, here's DeRozan, and the wing jumper offline. Valanciunas against Hayward. And it's Hill penetrating, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
You look at what Hill has done so far. He has 12 points. He's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
I've been impressed with how well they've penetrated tonight, too.
Both free throws good from Hill. And here's Lowry. There's the pick. DeRozan on the wing. That doesn't go either for DeRozan.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
Hill against DeRozan. Outside Favors. Lock at 6. Outside Hill. Looking for Hayward, who gets it there. The drive by Hill, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Raptors trail by 3. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Valanciunas sets a screen for DeRozan. Shot to stop the drought, and the rejection by Favors.
And what Patrick Patterson gives you guys is solid all-around play. He can help you in a lot of areas. High basketball IQ, high character, understands his role, knows his limitations, and stays within himself.
And going back to Patterson for just a moment, he's been lauded for his mature approach. Ever since high school in West Virginia, he was involved in a highly publicized recruiting battle between Florida and Kentucky, ultimately choosing the latter.
Yeah, and you know, the part of his game, Kevin, that he's really worked on is his ability to face up and shoot. Really starting to evolve into a guy that can space the floor, that space 4. And when he's hitting that jumper at a high percentage, I think his value to the team goes up exponentially. Only down 2 now, but that miss might come back to haunt you. If they don't get a stop, it's back to a 2-possession game.
Hill passes to Favors. Lock at 6. It's back to Hill. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Screen by Valanciunas. Lowry from outside. Shot is off. Excellent D there from Hill. In transition, here come the Jazz. And here they go. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Looking at the game for Hayward, he's got 10 points and a block. He's shown some flash with his passing and some grit with his board work.
Yeah, not a combination that too many players in our league possess.
And you know, Gordon Hayward was involved in one of the more fascinating NBA draft stories. It started after his father confirmed that Gordon would submit his name to the draft but would not immediately hire an agent.
Yeah, reportedly, Dad created a highly detailed 2-page questionnaire that he gave prospective agents, which is not something that's typical.
Hayward hits them both.
And on the topic of Hayward hiring an agent, it was reported that the questionnaire was just the beginning and that prospective agents also went through quite a grilling in addition to that. You talk about a thorough process. Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, and it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch is basically gone AWOL.
Here's DeRozan. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. 24 points for DeMar DeRozan.
We could have been looking at a 2-possession game, but that was a huge mistake on the turnover. Now nerves and tightness become a factor.
And it's becoming a battle of will right now. This is as good a game as we could have hoped for.
You know, back to Hayward, obviously his first NBA contract was subject to the rookie wage scale, but his second contract is a 4-year max deal. Whatever the Haywards have done as far as agent vetting, it's paid off.
Toronto calls timeout. Raptors trail by 4. Outside DeRozan. Dishes it to Carroll. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound Utah. Favors has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
That's good. Toronto's gotten some tough luck from 3-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Hill against Lowry. A baseline J. Here's Carroll. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Take a look at what Carroll's done. 10 points, and all the steals he's collected only add to his impressive stat line.
Whether he's picking someone's pocket or picking off a pass, he has been a disruptive force out on the floor.
2 shots. Roof shots.
And he can't get the first one. Dante Exum is checked in for Hood. He hits the second from the line. The Jazz on offense. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Exum dishes to Favors. Out to the wing. And it's blocked by DeRozan. Here's Lowry. He feeds it to DeRozan. Carroll with it, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Yeah, you've got to make sure your feet are set when you set those screens, or they're going to call that on you.
Well, I thought maybe he was set. I know that's a difficult call to make, but I think they might have missed that one.
Gobert, the screen. Hayward kicks to Gobert. Nice ball movement by Utah. Exum, and it's blocked by DeRozan. Left side Lowry. Wants to get it to DeRozan and does. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got assist number 11 for him here tonight. Jazz leading by 3. Favors with a screen on Lowry. Hill passes to Favors. It's back to Hill. The rebound by Patterson. Patterson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And DeRozan. Here we go. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. And he can't hit the second.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
Now here is Hill. Favors with the screen. Hill dishes to Favors. Good steal from Valanciunas. Toronto trailing. Outside Lowry. Outside Carroll. Count it. Number 5 from the floor of this game. He's now 5 of 11.
And he's finally getting the feel from beyond. His second 3 of the half right there.
Exum kicks to Hayward. Utah the rebound. And it's Hill penetrating. And the shot is long.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Raptors.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw.
Well, they should be looking at a 3-point lead. Hopefully for them, that miss won't cost them.
Exum passes to Hill. Now here's Exum. Gobert the screen. Favors dishes to Hayward. On the wing, Hill. Back to Hayward. Shot clock at 6. Shot to stop the run. And the shot is good. Hayward's got the game tied up here for the Jazz.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Lowry inside the line. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And it's 9 points now for Valanciunas.
Smooth, guys. Very good job there of getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
And you know, those kind of players in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes as much as any single play in a game.
Yeah, and you can't allow, if you're the opponent, to have that guy continue to beat you in that manner on the backcourt.
Looking at the game for Derek Favors, 9 points and his 2 blocks are giving them a lift defensively.
No doubt about it. He's been a rim protector, and it's starting to get into the heads of their opponent.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And the second of two is good. That narrows the gap to 1. And the Raptors call time here. They're ahead by 1. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter of this one.
Yeah, they were getting winded. Good call here to give them a quick breather.
Outside DeRozan. He dishes it to Lowry. To the middle. Here's Carroll. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Hayward against Carroll. Hayward gets to Exum. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
At the line for your Jazz, Dante Exum, taking 2 shots.
And no good as the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. He's able to hit the second one, and that brings them within 2 here. Toronto calls timeout. They're up by 2. 1:21 left here in the fourth quarter. It's DeRozan with the drive. And he drops in the layup off the glass. DeRozan's got 15 points here in the second half.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's having.
Now, here's Exum. DeRozan defending. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Valanciunas has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And Carroll gets it to go. Now it's a 6-point Toronto lead.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
Now here's Favors. Rebounded by Valanciunas. 50 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Back to DeRozan. Fades and shoots off the left rim and out.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Stolen by Exum.
Gotta score quickly.
Yeah, no time to waste here, partner.
That was massive.
You know it. He's stepping right into the spotlight there.
And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession.
Oh, that certainly could be costly. In a close one, those kinds of mistakes can really give the other team momentum.
Utah with the ball.
And it's still within reach.
but they have to be really close to perfect from here on out. I mean, they have to get their offense right on target, right on point immediately.
Now here is Lowry. George Hill missing his last shot. Now DeRozan. Just 5 to shoot. The 11-footer. No luck.
I tell you what, I'd settle for having as many points in this game as he has rebounds.
Yeah, I echo that. I mean, we're witnessing something special here today, Greg.
Shooting from Utah, Gordon Hayward. At the line for 2.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 1. Both shots good from the strike.
Incredible composure at the line to tie it up and give them a chance to get it to overtime.
Toronto calls timeout. And that goes out of bounds. Last touch by Kieran.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. Terrible turnover.
Dishes to Hayward. Can't cash in. Time expires, and we're going to overtime. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Energy Solutions Arena in Salt Lake City. Overtime just ahead. Jump ball right around the corner. And the Jazz start out with the ball. And away we go here with post-regulation basketball. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. So on the floor for Utah. The forwards are Hayward and Favors. Put out there with George Hill. And it's Gobert in at the 5. And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. Both free throws good from Hill. Raptors shooting 43% from the field. To the inside. Here's DeRozan. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. DeRozan's got 31 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now, here is Hill. Pass to Favors. Kicks to Gobert. And Scola with the block. They recover it. Hood bangs home the trifecta. Hood's got 21 in the game.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Scola at the elbow. Pass to Kira. Screen by Scola. Off the pick. Tries again. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. No good on that. Ross is checked in for Luis Scola. good at the stripe this time. Second misses also.
You don't see him have too many of those trips to the line.
Gobert, the screen. Hill passes to Gobert, and he gets it to go. And it's a 5-point Jazz lead.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
And it's Carroll in the corner. Nice shot from the wing. Carroll's got 21. In overtime here, a minute and a half off the clock. And here is Hill. Gobert, the screen. Hill dishes to Gobert. And that one's good. Gobert's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor with their offense in the paint because that has not been up to par.
Now here's Hayward, and there's the pass to Favors. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. That's 12 points for Derek Favors. Raptors trail by 7. Outside DeRozan. Out left to the wing. Here's Patterson. Utah with the rebound.
Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
There's a reason why they have 3 seconds in the lane, and that interior play has made a big difference in this game.
Is there another player out there capable of moves as stunning as that?
A handful at the most. He is an elite company.
You know, he's got that it factor, no doubt about it. He causes excitement just by walking in the building.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action.
And you know, he's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
Hayward kicks to Favors, and there's the 3-second violation. And Toronto making a change. Lowry's checked in. Toronto calls timeout. They're behind by 7. 1:56 left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. Here's DeRozan. Carroll passes to Lowry. Pass to Carroll. There's the triple. And again, no good by Toronto. They can take their time on this possession.
You know, guys, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, gives themselves a little break, too.
That's the break.
Yeah.
DeRozan against Hayward. Favors with a screen on Lowry. Just 5 on the clock. Lets it fly. Favors can't get it to go. Raptors trail by 7. Here's DeRozan, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to go on Gordon Hayward. You know, it's apparent there what a leader he is. Always communicating it and keeping everyone on the floor in sync.
And Kevin, that's such a good point. You know, it doesn't always show up in the box score, but those leadership qualities of his are just as valuable to this team as anything else that he does.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that trims the lead to 6.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
Outside Hill. The dish to Hood. Favors with the screen. Hood kicks to Favors. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
At the line for your Jazz, Derek Favors. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. Toronto's got neither of their first 2 3-point attempts to fall here in overtime. Patterson with it. Favors picks him up. And again, no good by Toronto.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
Patterson bringing the double. Hill kicks to Gobert. Goes in for the dunk.
And immediately looking for the open man when the double team comes to. Probably impossible for them to come back now.
Yeah, far too much work left to be done and not nearly enough time to get it done in.
Lowry has the open look. Sinks the triple.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Shooting for Utah, George Hill. At the line for 2.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Toronto calls timeout. They trail by 6. 23 seconds left in overtime. 23 seconds left to play in the first overtime. They get the rebound. Scola, no luck. Well, for the Jazz, they can just run out the clock. And now we've got the intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. He's able to hit the second one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
It's going to be a tough loss to swallow. They just didn't have much gas left in the tank once we got to overtime.
He kicks to Patterson. Carroll with the 3. Laces one from 3. So it's Utah who scraped by with a win. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, Clark, but things finally came together for them in overtime.
Looked to me like the amber light on the gas tank didn't quite come on. They still had enough fuel to get across the finish line comfortably.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Derek, first off, congratulations on a very well-played game. It looked like you were having a ton of fun out there.
Oh, it's fun, man. It's always fun to win. I'm out here playing my game. Rebound and defense, that's my game. And coach trusts me, so I couldn't let him down.
Know your role. It's always good advice, Derek. Thanks for the time. Guys, over to you.
Doris, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Rudy Gobert.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
Rudy Gobert is a game changer, guys. He had a major effect on this game. First and foremost, his length causes so many problems at both ends of the floor. He's developed into one of the NBA's towers of terror.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.